thing you've been fighting your whole life is actually trying to protect you? What if anxiety isn't a flaw, isn't weakness, isn't something broken inside you, but a misunderstood survival system doing its job too well? Most people spend years trying to silence anxiety, outrun it, or get rid of it completely. But psychology tells us something very different. Once you understand what anxiety really is and why it exists, your relationship with it can completely change. And before we go any further, if you enjoy psychology content that explains human behavior clearly, calmly, and honestly, subscribe to this channel. This space is about understanding the mind, not judging it. Now, let's begin. Anxiety did not evolve to ruin your life. It evolved to save it. Long before modern society, before deadlines, notifications, and social pressure, anxiety had one purpose: survival. Our ancestors lived in environments where danger was real and constant. A rustle in the bushes could mean a predator. A wrong decision could mean death. So the brain evolved a powerful alarm system, one designed to detect threat before it fully appeared. That alarm system is anxiety. At its core, anxiety is the brain asking one question: are we safe right now? When the answer is uncertain, anxiety turns on. This system is deeply rooted in the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for threat detection. The amygdala doesn't care about logic. It cares about keeping you alive. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux, known for his work on fear circuits in the brain, explained that emotional responses often happen before conscious thinking. That's why anxiety can feel sudden, intense, and uncontrollable. Your brain reacts first. You understand later. This is why anxiety feels physical. The racing heart, the tight chest, the shallow breath, the restless energy. Your body is preparing you for action: fight, flight, or freeze. From a survival perspective, this is brilliant. From a modern life perspective, it feels exhausting. Here's where things go wrong. The human brain evolved for survival, not comfort, not happiness, not certainty. So when modern stress mimics danger, social rejection, financial pressure, uncertainty about the future, the brain responds the same way it would to a physical threat. It doesn't distinguish between a lion and an email that could change your life. To your nervous system, threat is threat. Psychologist Aaron Beck, one of the founders of cognitive psychology, explained that anxiety is fueled by threat perception, not actual danger. The brain reacts to what it believes might happen. This is why anxiety often focuses on the future. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I lose control? Anxiety is your mind trying to predict pain before it happens, so you can avoid it. That's protection. But protection, when becomes constant, turns into suffering. Another important thing to understand is that anxiety increases when control feels uncertain. The brain hates unpredictability. Research shows that uncertainty activates anxiety stronger than known negative outcomes. In other words, not knowing is often worse than knowing something bad will happen. That's why anxiety thrives in silence, waiting, and overthinking. Your mind fills the gaps. And here's something most people don't realize. Anxiety isn't trying to harm you, it's trying to prepare you. Prepare you to avoid mistakes, prepare you to avoid rejection, prepare you to avoid pain. But preparation without rest becomes hypervigilance. This is why anxious people are often deeply thoughtful, empathetic, and aware. Their brains are trained to notice patterns, risks, and emotional shifts. The same system that creates anxiety also creates intelligence, creativity, and sensitivity. The problem isn't anxiety itself. The problem is when the brain doesn't know when to turn the alarm off. Psychologist Carl Jung once said, "What you resist persists." Fighting anxiety aggressively often makes it stronger because resistance signals danger. Your brain interprets resistance as proof that something must be wrong. This is why telling yourself to calm down rarely works. The nervous system doesn't respond to commands, it responds to safety. Safety is communicated through understanding, not force. When you begin to see anxiety as a signal rather than an enemy, something shifts. Instead of asking, "Why am I like this?" you start asking, "What happened to me?" Anxiety often develops in environments where safety was unpredictable, emotionally or physically. The brain learned to stay alert because it had to. That learning doesn't disappear on its own, but it can be updated. And here's the most important truth. Anxiety is not proof that something bad is coming. It's proof that your brain cares deeply about your survival. Once you understand this, the relationship changes. You don't have to love anxiety. You just have to stop fighting it blindly. When anxiety is met with curiosity instead of fear, it loses intensity. Understanding creates space. Space creates calm. If this video helped you see anxiety differently, like this video. Subscribe for more psychology-based content that explains human behavior clearly and respectfully. And share this with someone who feels broken because of their anxiety. Because anxiety isn't a weakness. It's a protective system that needs understanding, not punishment.